again, and welcome to week 12 of the high school football season, or as we say, playoff week 2. I am Tim McDonough, joined by my esteemed colleague,
Chuck Martinez-Brandon.
And Chuck, here we are in our comfy digs, Studio A, on the sprawling complex of what is the Crescent-News in downtown Defiance.
That's right.
And we're here to talk some playoff football for week 12, the regional semifinals as it is, or will be this weekend. And we're going to jump right into games this week. No more awards. We handed them out. You guys got them all. No more candy. We ate it all. Sorry, it's gone. Let's start in Division 5 this week, Chuck. Right here in Defiance.
Yep.
Tenora is coming down the road. They're going to take on LCC.
Yeah.
It's a buzz here in town. Big game. Tell me what you think about this game, Chuck.
Well, I think for Tenora, that's a big plus, just having to go to the south side of town. They're going to have a lot of fan support there. And that's going to allow them to probably stay in their routine a little bit more than a lot of these other teams that are 2 rounds into the playoffs. So I think that's going to help them a lot. I preach about it all year long. Offensive and defensive line play is going to be big again. There's going to probably be a big speed difference. But I'm telling you, if you out-hit people, that will counteract any speed you have. Smacking people in the mouth just deletes all speed. I don't care who you are, how fast you are. You get hit, you can feel it.
Oh, it's going to be packed there. I think the area is going to draw well to want to come out and see Tenora and LCC. I mean, that's a team that with 2 losses, but those 2 are to Delphus St. John's and Ada, the top 2 teams in Division 6.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's going to be it's going to be a heck of a matchup. I mean, people hitting each other, running the football. It's probably going to be a fast game.
Yeah.
Should be exciting. Who do you like?
Well, I tell you what, I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a close game. But I'll take the Rambos, and I tell you what, if the Rambos can win this game, there might be a really sweet game matchup next week if PH can win too. But I'll take the Rambos over the T-Birds.
I've been thinking about this game all week. I don't know if I should stick with the Rambos because, you know, I know a lot of people out there and I still live in town and they could come get me if I don't.
Ty.
Ty, yes, you know who you are. Or should I go with the T-Birds who I think, you know, I think of those 2 losses. I mean, played impressively in both. Yeah. But I think I'm going to have to go with the Rams too. I think that they're going to be moving on to the regional finals. I think they have every bit of chance to win that game as LCC. Let's take the Rams.
All right.
All right, Chuck.
Where are we going?
Game 2. Napoleon heading to Findlay, take on Columbus Bishop Watterson in Division 3 action on Friday night. Nappy's playing well.
They are.
Those Wildcats. Tell me what you think about this one.
Well, don't talk about people getting fired up at you. You said the Wildcats were losing last week.
I know, they're probably mad at me.
But I think the Wildcats opened some eyes last week with a victory over a Columbus team. I think that showed some people around the state, some farm boys up here in Northwest Ohio can play some football. So I think the Wildcats, hey, just keep running the ball. Again, you smack people, that equalizes a lot of stuff. The Napoleon run game right now is in high gear, so if they can keep running the ball, they should be all right.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. I mean, I don't know much about Watterson. I mean, that's a program that obviously has some tradition. I think Napoleon is building that tradition. They've been in the playoffs a lot too. I think I'm going to go with Napoleon. I'm going to go with you this week, Wildcats. If you let me down, it'll be the last time I pick you because you'll be out. Chuck, who do you like?
Boy, I don't know. It's at Findlay. The Wildcats are playing tough. I'm going to go with Watterson.
Ooh,
somebody's got to do it. Some inspiration. Put it on the bulletin board. That's fodder for you right there. Give me Watterson.
All right. Game 3. I think it's a game that you're going to be at on Friday night. You're heading to Tiffin to see Patrick Henry play Jeromesville-Hillsdale.
That's right, Jeromesville-Hillsdale. This is their 2nd ever playoff game. Last week was obviously their first. They had to come back from like a 17-point deficit to beat Crestview. So sort of newbies to the game. Meanwhile, Patrick Henry, boy, I think they've made it every year this decade except for like 2001 into the playoffs. So this is old hat for them. I talked to Coach Inselman earlier in the week. He said, you know, we're sort of taking it like, old hat, sort of business as usual. He said, we can't do that. He said, this is the playoffs. You got to be fired up to play in the playoffs. And he wants his team to get back to playing inspired football. And I tell you what, the Patriots play inspired football. Jeromesville is in some trouble because the Patriots are good. And you got when you got people like quarterback George going out wide, catching passes for touchdowns, running stuff in for touchdowns, throwing stuff for touchdowns, that just makes that much more that Jeromesville has to scheme for and plan for, and you got to take that much more time out of practice to try to plan for it. So I think Jeromesville, Hillsdale this week, they're going to find out what a top-notch program in Ohio, what it's going to be all about. And I think they might be in some trouble.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. And I just think, Bill Inselman, if he tells his kids, remember this is the playoffs, we need to be excited, they'll take that to heart. And that they love him there. They win for a reason, and he's the top guy. Bill Inselman does an unbelievable job over there. His kids will be fired up. They are going to win this game. Set up that matchup with the Rams next week in the regional finals. What a game that'll be. I think I know who you're picking.
I'm going to take the Patriots to a whole lot to not enough for Hillsdale.
To not enough. All right. Last but not least, Saturday night, Ottawa Glandorf. They are taking on Eastwood. There's a couple of teams that went on the road, Eastwood and OG, and won. Eastwood was the 8th seed, went to Galion and knocked off the number 1 seed in the Division 4 Region 14 region, while Ottawa Glandorf took the long trip to Worcester and knocked off the Triway Titans. Last week I said Spartans. Sorry. It was literally a clash of the Titans.
That's right.
Sorry, I had to do it. I had to do it.
There we go.
Yeah, all right. So OG, I think I'll jump on this one first. I think OG, their defense has been pretty good all year long. Their offense is coming along. Eastwood's been in the playoffs a lot, but I just think OG's got too much on defense. Eastwood's not going to be able to score enough points.
Yeah, defense is going to be the key for OG. Eastwood's got a good power running game. They got some running backs that hit the hole hard. They run hard, and they've got some good speed there, too. Defensively, I know Eastwood's got some big defensive ends. I think they're ones D's like 6'5", 190 pounds. Yeah. Really good athlete, but OG's playing well. And again, WBL, you do smack people in the WBL. Yet again, that counteracts a lot of stuff. It all falls back to hitting people. It's football. I think the Titans are going to go on to week 3.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Titans are going to move on. They're going to have that rematch with Genoa in the regional finals. That'll be interesting, but hey, it's playoff football. We'll see what happens.
Step up or go home, baby.
That's all we have for you this week. We need some of these teams to win, so we'll be back next week. We feel pretty confident that'll happen. Until then, check us out, www.crescent-news.com. Any questions, send them to cnsports@crescent-news.com. You know where we are. Come see us. Thanks.